Hi, Abraham. Thank you.
And on that note.
Well, I'm pretty flaky. I teach 6th grade social studies in a public school system. I handle over 80 children a day. And I feel like I have lined up pretty well with leading them to what we're forced to lead them to. But my question, making a good situation, a bad situation.
We were waiting for you to say, leading them to their alignment with who they are.
Well, that's really what I meant. When coming into aligned with what I want to do, because it is sometimes I've been in the classroom for 28 years, and when I think about what I want to do, usually it comes back to being in the classroom. Just recently it came to me that I want to do something with kids that doesn't involve state standards and administrations and things like that, and maybe a motivational program to help these kids find, this alignment. And I don't know what the bridge is between where I am, because where I am so overwhelms me and my time and my energy.
Well, see, what's happening is, having been there, you've launched these rockets, and so your vibrational escrow is bright, and you verbalized it perfectly. So the fact that you're saying it means you're closer to it than you know. And just because you don't know exactly how it's going to unfold doesn't mean that it isn't there and bright for you. In other words, just keep holding the thought of that. You said you want something maybe motivational, and we want to say the current school system is motivational in the sense that they are knowing where you are and knowing what will go wrong if they don't induce you into all of this learning, and so they're trying to motivate you from the awareness of what will go wrong if you don't learn it. What you want is an inspirational school. In other words, you want a school where you show them how to tune into who they really are. Anyone who wants to be a very productive mentor, whether it's school children or your own children or somebody you care about or a stranger that you're meeting in the grocery store, the greatest value that you can offer to someone else is recognizing, first of all, that they too are source energy, and that the larger part of them is source, and that whether they know it or not, they've been banging around and they have created a magnificent vibrational escrow. If you could see your work, no matter who it is that you're working with or interacting with, as being a catalyst to help them turn in the direction of their vibrational escrow, which means pay less attention to where they are and get them talking more about what they want and why they want it, without even having to go through all of the details that you're hearing from us, you can help a lot of people toward that. Appreciation is the fastest path to alignment, but some people are far from being in a place where they can appreciate. So you're just wanting to help them bridge up this emotional scale until they can come closer to the alignment of what they're wanting. A few years ago, right here in this city, a woman from Florida was here attending this wonderful workshop, and she gave Jerry and Esther a book called Free at Last. And in the book she had written, Jerry, this book will make your heart sing. They were holding a seminar next weekend in Atlanta, and so they were driving from Asheville to Atlanta, and Jerry is reading the book to Esther while she is driving. It is a book based upon a Sudbury school in Framingham, Massachusetts, and the premise of the school is no one learns anything unless they are asking to learn it. The founder of the school, many years ago, said, there is no curriculum here. It is provided by the student. If a student expresses a sincere interest in knowing something, we, the faculty, will find a way of providing the avenue for that knowledge to flow. And no faculty member, not one, will say, don't you think it's time that you learn that, or wouldn't you like to learn that? All of it will come from the desire of the child. Jerry and Esther, as they read the book, were thrilled by it. And Esther said, where is this school? I want to see it. And it turned out it was in Boston, and they were going there the very next weekend. And so they went to the school. They called, and a 5-year-old answered the phone. And this 5-year-old said, well, you can't come to visiting day today. You used to be able to come any day that you want, but now it's only once a month and you've missed it. So Jerry faxed their itinerary to the founder of the school, and he called them and said, come to the school. And they saw children in the bushes with little dishes having tea parties, and the boys were on the bass pond fishing, and the beech nut tree was full of children, and the computer lab was full of computer geniuses. And what they have discovered is that in this free-flowing environment, the natural desire to learn not only survives but thrives. And the children who spend time here are able to get into any college of their choosing. They are the brightest and the most brilliant, and they are self-sufficient because they are not coddled. There are not hoops for them to jump through. The founder of the school told Jerry and Esther that the children who struggle there are children who come from other schools who are accustomed to someone else saying, this is what you need to learn. And when no one's doing that, they flounder for a little bit trying to find their place of freedom because they are so accustomed to trying to please others, you see. They do not find their true wanting and then satisfy it. It takes a little while to revert back to that memory of being who you are. So what we're getting at here is there are all kinds of opportunities. The school system is in an absolute upheaval. The children that are being born today are of such rebellious nature because they will not be controlled. They come forth as such freedom-seeking children that the school systems are becoming untenable and uncomfortable for the enforcers that are trying to enforce the rules, because the strength of these freedom-seeking children is so strong they are not able to control them. And so for a few years, they have been putting them on Ritalin and all kinds of drugs to try to settle them down. But now that sort of mode is passing, and it is the time for the school that you want to open. It is the time for children to be provided an atmosphere where their true nature can shine. This is not a silly dream. This is something that you've been 28 years in the making. And you're not the only one who's been in the process of making that. Mothers who were going to have children, mothers who have had children, children who have been born. In other words, this is a huge vibrational escrow that is in the process of unfolding, and you're beginning to feel the power of it, you see. So when you say, I don't want to be so bogged down in what I'm doing that I can't see that, we say, then you just make sure that you're not so bogged down. Look for more reasons to feel good. Keep the feeling of the History Day alive with the students. Talk to them about what it was like and why they liked it and why they would like to do it again and what other things like it you could do. You can stay right where you are and transform the school that you are in into a school that is like the Sudbury Valley School without anyone who is in the administration even knowing that you're doing it. You could single-handedly get so in tune with who you are and so in tune with the inner being aspects of each of these children. Do you know that all it takes to uplift a child is to see who they really are instead of who they are pretending to be in this moment? And when you see who they really are, that's why that History Day was such a big day for them. They got to be somebody different than everybody had already decided that they are. Every day you could go to school, and every day you could say to every one of these children, you get to pick a new identity today. What identity would you choose? And let them choose a new identity. Give them a new name. Give them a new age. Give them a new set of parents. Give them a new Porsche. Give them a new whatever it is that they want. Give it to them and ask everyone else to pretend that that is who they are, and watch them become who they really are, you see.
Oh.